and he's a senior with a record of 11 wins and 2 losses. He'll be in the grayish type of singlet. Brill will be in the brown from Mount Carmel.
Connor was second to Brill in the state finals. So this is a rematch of the state finals.
Nice blast double in there. Again, that's textbook as far as driving and keeping the hips moving.
In addition, Brill is ranked #1 in the country at this weight class.
If I heard it correctly during Brill's interview, I think he said he wrestled this guy 5 times last season.
This is their 6th
Beat him
match.
all 5.
There's always that one guy. You know, just can't never beat everybody. There's just that one guy that you got the problem with. It's kind of hard to keep beating the guy over and over again. But then
that's just a pretty shot. And again, Brill's maybe in that unique position. I know only being a sophomore, but you don't get many 4-time state champions, 4-time Dvorak champions. And he's already got the first one, so we'll see. Maybe he can keep improving and developing.
All right, I'll throw this out here. J.D. Oliva, during the break, told me he thinks Bryce Brill is pound for pound the best wrestler in this gym. What do you guys think?
Saying a lot.
Again, you can't really judge it pound for pound. Some of those kids, I mean, Hara is big and strong and does real well at his weight class. I was really impressed with that Bain boy at heavyweight earlier on.
A lot of good guys in
If
here.
I'm captain taking first pick, I wouldn't mind having any one of those 3 on my team, and that's just to start with. Clamara, he could play for me any day of the week too. So
you got to look at, you know, you got Brad Johnson and Hara down there on the big boys. And you know, although he's not here today, where's Matt Girelli? I mean, you know, when you're talking about pound for pound the best, there's a lot of good guys in Illinois.
I think a lot of these college coaches would like to have the winners from this all come to their school and take their chances in the future.
Yeah.
Because Brill's just putting on a clinic for us here. This is just real fun and enjoyable to watch.
It's the takedown show.
But it's the same thing like we talked about earlier, Andre. It's all great to have your takedowns and things, but can he get away on the bottom against the good kids? That'll have to come into play sometime.
You won't find that out till college.
Exactly. That's the problem with it. He won't find it out till then. Hopefully he's working on it in practice room and with some of his training partners.
And he and I talked about that during the interview, and he understands it, you know, and so does Gage Hare, that, you know, these elite guys just don't get the opportunity to do it.
Just watch how hard he does things, those that are trying to learn from this. I mean, everybody knows the moves he's doing. It's no, I mean, secret as far as what he does, but he just does it so hard and gets his hips in there so tight in order to score. 8-3 after the end of the first period.
I could see him being the #1 wrestler in the state as a senior, though. It would not surprise me. He's well-trained now. His dad's been working with him for years, you know. His dad was a solid wrestler, so, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. And now he's got Kading as his high school coach. He's only going to get better.
He's up and on his feet. Little standing switch, throws the leg. And again, watching this Bass boy wrestle, he's legitimate too. He's just kind of mismatched because Brill's a step above all the rest of them, but he does some things real nice. Just today, he's not in the league with this particular one so far. But again, we talk about that, still second period. Just one time catch somebody, and you've always got that one hope.
Brill's appearing to be physically stronger to me. You know, just a little bit on that ride. He appears to be a little bit stronger.
You guys think the 2A versus 3A as far as individual for Brill had anything to do with his move to Mount Carmel? Just to try to be challenged more at the 3A level?
He always wanted to go to Mount Carmel all along. It just, you know, it didn't work out at the time. And I know this for a fact because I've talked to his dad, Randy. It was always the school he wanted to go to, but it was where he was working and where and all that stuff. Some things changed. And then with Kading come over, that assisted to change because Kading was his off-season coach.
Well, again, looking at it, maybe for the state tournament it had some difference, but Marmion had a national schedule during the regular season, so he was still getting around and doing some stuff. But again, you got to go where you're comfortable. If he's more comfortable at Mount Carmel, you know, that's going to work out well for him in the future.
You don't mind seeing him at Mount Carmel, do you, Andre?
He looks good in brown and white, and it fits him well. He wears it well. We'll see how he looks when he gets his hand raised in a minute. See if he still looks good in it.
We're inside 40 seconds here, second period. It's 14-4.
By the way, I do have a thread going here. Don't let Big Vern dominate that thread there, guys. It's on the IHSA AAA board, live from Dvorak, Mat 1. This is the championship match at the Dvorak, 24th annual Dvorak, the #1 in-season tournament in the state of Illinois. We are being followed also on the mat.com nationally, so make sure you write us and view our broadcast.
There was a nice move by Bass. He scores at the end of the period. He trails 14-6.
Again, this match is being brought to you by To Be the Best wrestling novel. If you're looking for a last-minute Christmas gift or even just a present for yourself, pick up the wrestling fiction novel To Be the Best by H.L. Hertel. Its recently released sequel, Rematch. You can get it online, illinoismatmen.com.
Watch this finish. Notice how he kept his hips moving and running it in order to get there. Just a real pretty job for him. So that makes it 16-7. We're a minute and 45 left in the third period.
There's a difference in explosion going on here, too, between these two.
Yeah, like I said, he's not just beating somebody. I mean, he's beating this Bass who does things hard. Now he's got him frustrated, though. He's just that much better as far as things go so far.
You know, and there can be that guy that you always beat, and then he finally gets that win, you know. I know my son had a great run with Adam Canton. He was always getting the win, always getting the win. All of a sudden, boom, one day he comes out with past the arm, past the elbow. And he beats Mario because we didn't know what the heck he was doing. You can't just, you know, Brill might get 10 wins, but all of a sudden you lose that big one.
Our referees here in this match, Jack Wiesnath is the head referee, Terry Giardini's the assistant. And again, we're going to get a chance to talk here in a few minutes to Dan Fulsher, one of the head referees here. Just hopefully understand their job they have. Tough job for them. These kids come out, obviously, they got to wrestle hard, but they're here for 2 days and maybe get 4 or 5 matches. These officials are here all day for 2 days, refereeing nothing but high-quality matches all day long. And yet, they've done a great job with it. We travel around a lot, go to different states, and you know, I think the referees in our state, the top ones, are as good as any states as far as things go.
Well, it says a lot when they haven't been booed all day.
Exactly.
I think one of the things that stands out to me, I mean, even with the Ironman tournament, which is considered one of the nation's biggest and toughest tournaments, there were a lot of complaints this year about the referees. I just don't think you see that as much in the state of Illinois, especially at our high-level tournaments.
Well, that's just it. We'll talk to Dan a little bit about we need to start developing some young referees because so many of these guys are getting a little bit older, and we're fine now for a few years, but what's going to happen 5 and 10 years from now when we really need some officials and we haven't developed any because people don't want to do it?
Well, you have to talk to kids to get them to officiate because most of them, when they get done competing, they want to coach.
Exactly.
And, you know, coaching is good. It's actually a natural progression to go from athlete to coach to official. But you don't want to wait till you're 45 to start officiating like I did. But that's what happens.
There's your champ at 145, Bryce Brill. And again, that was very interesting. Great to watch him compete. And good luck to him in the next few months and the next couple years in his efforts maybe to become a 4-time Dvorak champ and a 4-time state champ possibly.